Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have 3 teams for you for the World event. We actually have Skull and Spell this time, so you can use either or if you would like. And I think they're, kind of almost equal this time. Of course, I'd rather have y'all do spell damage. I just think it gets it done quicker and easier. But if you want to do skull, I probably wouldn't argue with you this time because there's not very many like super obvious options this time. Also, if you're doing skull, there's a lot of agile enemies. You're gonna notice that you will try to hit them with skulls and they will dodge your skull damage. They can't do that with spells, so I definitely recommend spell damage. Alright, so I got a high-level team, a mid-level team, and a low-level team. And I do show one skull team in here if that's what you're looking for. But the first team here is spell damage. I went and I looked for anything that could hit multiple enemies with spell damage. And the weapon here, the Flor de Leon, can hit 3 enemies, which is almost enough. It's almost 4. It's pretty close, so I went with it. It's blue, it's brown, it's 14 mana cost. Hopefully you can get it. I think it's a Leonis Empire weapon. We have a Leonis Empire weak. It should be in the soulforge if you don't have it. But it does splash damage, heavy splash damage. So you always want to shoot on the 2 slot. And it also blows up some gems if an enemy is stunned. So I also have Emperor Corvash on this team, because on every 4 or 5 match he will stun a random enemy, and he does true damage to 2 enemies. So he's like one of the other best troops for this event, since he hits multiple enemies with true damage. So I got probably the 2 best spell damage troops on this one team, and Flor de Leon and Emperor Corvash, and then I got the Corbin Half-Elf and the Dao as mana generators. Corbin Half-Elf is just going to blow up some gems, and Dao destroys based on enemy's mana color or something. I don't use Dao a lot, but he was helping the team. So I have the little sandwich, the damage sandwich, two of the best spell damage options, and in the middle, a couple mana generators there. Alright, here is the mid-level team, and it's the Skull team as well. So I have the Chris Hook, Divinish Bala, I think it's Tomb Robber. Yeah, Tomb Robber and Corbin Half-Elf. So this was my attempt at making a Skull team. And I think if you're going to make a Skull team, it should have Divinish Bala and Tomb Robber on it at least. So that's my idea for that. Remember, these are just ideas at the Butt Crack of Dawn on Monday, so combine them with your teams, combine 2 of my teams together, combine a team you saw somewhere else with one of my teams, whatever you want to do. But I think you should use Divinish Bala and Tomb Robber if you're going to do some sort of Skull team. Divinish Bala changes red into Skull and green into yellow, and is a 50% start for Divine, or 40%, whatever. Chris Hook, here I accidentally did the wrong class. I was trying to play off the Divinish Bala when I should have made my class War Priest for Leonis Empire, so my weapon could help more. The weapon makes yellow and brown for Leonis Empire allies. And I think I accidentally did like Knight or something. So make yours a War Priest so your weapon can do more yellow and brown. But the yellow is just for Divinish Bala. And to get up the, I don't know. Anyway, the Corbin Half-Elf will explode. The Tomb Robber makes a ton of skulls. The Divinish Bala changes red to skulls and green to yellow. It was about the only skull team I could think up. And it was decent. I like the Tomb Robber. If you want to go all in on the Tomb Robber, that would be an okay idea. But I think Divinish Bala is a good choice as well if you're going for the Skull route. So I've pretty much narrowed it down here. Maybe I don't have like the exact team. Maybe you should take one thing off and put something else on. Maybe you should try a different class or a different weapon. But I feel like I have like the general idea here. Flor de Leon and Emperor Corvash are 2 of the best spell damage troops you could use, right? I got Divinish Bala and Tomb Robber, which are 2 of the best skull troops you could use. So I've got it almost here. I feel like I'm so close. And if I don't got it, I'm super close. One thing I will say, though, I did see a lot of agile with that second team. I was trying to hit things with skulls, and they were being agile. So if you're going to be stubborn and go down the skull route, just remember, just count how many times they're agile. Just let me know in the comments. Here is the final team, which sometimes the lowest rarity team is one of the best ones. And this one was decent. I still like my first team the best with the Fleur de Leon and the Emperor Corvash, but this one was okay as well, and it's the low-level team, so nothing that is mythic or legendary on this team at all. Going with the Chris Hook again because it's like the only weapon that everything in the restriction is a part of its like spell. So everything's Leonis Empire in the restriction, and this weapon boosts off of Leonis Empire. So it makes yellow and brown, so I went and I looked for yellow and brown troops, and troops that hit multiple enemies at least. So the only one I could really find was the Lion Prince, which is a pretty good troop. It destroys a row, and it hits multiple enemies. So I got 2 of those, so cast it twice and you win most of the time. And then we got this, is it Street Thief or something? It makes purple based on how much gold you got, and the more you cast it, the more purple it's going to make, and it will feed back into the Chris Hook up there, because Chris Hook uses purple. Street Thief uses brown, and Lion Prince uses yellow. Chris Hook makes brown and yellow. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining, helps a lot. Get about the channel, comment below, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.